/ channeling session. I don't have my cards with me today. We're just going to talk. So there's been tests on tests in relationships, family, friends. And people will try to niche you down. People will try to tell you who you are because they're uncomfortable with where they're at. Everybody's emotional. Cancer, Mars Cancer retrograde's been happening for a long time now. Everybody's getting a little stir crazy. There's insecurity at play with Mars Cancer retrograde. Everybody's looking for a better feeling place of security. And if they're feeling insecure within themselves, they're going to be looking for somebody to blame for their emotions. In some cases anyway, there's the case for the Cancerian types who take responsibility, radical self-responsibility for their emotions, and they then become the elevated version of their shadow versus light. They become the light. Every zodiac sign has shadow qualities and light qualities. Water sign, negative energy is water damage. Water damage gets everywhere. Water damage will destroy the foundations of a house and relationships in general. Water damage is manipulative in its own way because it gets everywhere it wants to go. It doesn't have to ask permission. It doesn't deal with boundaries. We have a lot of Pisces energy coming up as well, with the sun sign changing into Pisces season, which is our beliefs. Our beliefs are tied to Pisces. Our feelings are tied to Cancer. Our beliefs and our feelings are tied with each other. I really wish I'd brought some water in here. No. That's okay. We'll get through this. Hi, everybody. So it's coming down to this water vibe, water sign and energy. And like I said, water damage, walking it back. You can't tell other people how to feel. You have to sit there and listen to people talk. And they will tell you what's going on. There's this thing where we are tempted to go into analysis mode because of the South Node being in Virgo. We want to understand why, and why is the wrong question right now. We want to understand the methods, and we want to work through it real fast and change the behavior, change the emotion. Here's the problem with that, though. We need to be in a phase of witnessing it, a space of acknowledging it for this feeling to be acknowledged, right? We are in the North Node in Pisces, not the South Node in Pisces. You know what I mean? Like, if the North Node was in Virgo, we would be in an analyzation mode and trying to categorize these feelings. But we need to be feeling very intuitive and be letting... Some guy just walked into my garage. When it comes to emotions, you can't draw somebody out with their feelings and then switch them into analysis mode. This does not give them the proper witness. They need a chance to be vulnerable and sit with being seen. We have been in a space where there's been a lot of division for the last few weeks. Emotions are high. And it's going to continue. We have to decide what we're going to give our energy and attention to. And a lot of us are just picking healing, protecting our psychic energy, making sure that we don't rub up against things that will devalue us, things that aren't in spiritual alignment. Spiritual alignment's a huge thing with Pisces energy. My comment section's funny. Y'all are like 5. And that's really it. Like, there's a lot of immaturity going on right now. Being direct is being mistaken for an attack. If you are feeling like you can't explain yourself enough, you can't feel understood right now, people are misunderstanding you, you're not alone. However, you need to stop explaining. You need to draw that back. Stop being in your mercurial state. This is about feelings. It's okay if you want to take a step back and honor your emotions. In a lot of ways, I've been stepping back and honoring my emotions, not mixing my energy with people. For good reason. When you're building something and you're being ambitious, you have drive, you are trying to be more than the average. You are taking steps every single day towards that goal. You are very focused. People will challenge you. People don't like it when you become so self-focused that you stop playing small. They will call you names. They always talk about this. Success threatens people, especially the ones you love, especially the people that you're related to, especially the people that you probably grew up with. They don't see your success as something that's to be welcomed. It threatens them because they don't want to grow. There's something about their vision of you that is stuck. And that's okay. You don't have to stay stuck with them. Having spiritual discernment is important right now. You have to know when people are projecting their own emotions onto your life, onto your situation, onto your experience. Your experience is valid the way it is. You're not crazy, more than likely. Of course, there are some people that have the touch of the sociopath and the psychopath. But generally speaking, most people have a pretty good grip on when something is feeling off. If they're not feeling valued and honored and they're showing up every day and they're trying to live a good life and be in integrity, if you're not being met with that equal energy, and you probably won't, there's going to be the majority of people are not going to respect what you're trying to do with your life. Growing, taking care of others, being of sacrifice and service. You are a rare type of person. This type of person often gets persecuted, made fun of, pushed around, has a bunch of time wasted, misunderstood, all you name it. So if you're on that journey, this is about to be Pisces season, isolation, service. I talked about this the other day a little bit, but I'm talking about it again because we're really seeing how ugly people can be. We're really seeing people pop out and show out that never really had your best interest in mind in the first place. They've been silently judging you. They haven't been seeing your wins as wins. They've been seeing what you're doing and then marking it either as arrogance or a waste of time. There's people who think that you belong on the bottom. There's people who think that you should never dream a day about improving yourself. There are people who have whack-ass priorities for you because they've put themselves off for so long. So be wise to choose different reactions, to honor your own emotion inside of all this, knowing that they are in their own dream, their own emotional set, whether it's mature or not, coming from a place of wisdom or not. Everybody's on their own journey. We are in the final degrees of Saturn in Pisces. This is a discipline we're learning right now. We still have a lot of surprises in store for us with Neptune about to go into Aries. We have a lot of surprises with Uranus direct. It goes into Gemini this year in a few months. What we think we know about ourselves is going to continue to shift. Be prepared to learn how to communicate better. Or be left behind. Make sure that you are not so locked into perceptions that you can't admit you were wrong, or that you just didn't know, you didn't have the right perspective in the first place because you were ignorant. Don't be afraid to learn a little something. Emotions are not linear. Don't take too much pride and not be flexible with this. You are doing a really good job. I'm proud of you. I know other entities on this planet are proud of you. That's one of the messages I'm getting, is there's so much work being done. That's why there's a lot of testing being done, trying to see if you're going to snap out of frame, snap out of character, get back into your addictive patterns. There has been a spiritual starvation of dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, serotonin even going around for a lot of these good ass warrior light worker people, shadow workers even. There's a sense of treading water, a hopelessness, just teasing at the edges of our consciousness, a feeling that it'll never get, too far and, like there's just spinning wheels and exhaustion and this feeling of I'm one of a million voices. How am I going to stand out? And the answers just continue to show up. Just persist. There's something about consistency, whether or not it looks the way you want it to look, that's really powerful. And it drives these times of uncertainty forward. You can be consistent with Pisces. This is not about analyzing, though. This is about mind-heart integration and coherence, but really trusting that your emotions are wise. I'm channeling a message right now in my car. It's about Pisces season, spiritual development, relationships, holding on to your identity in the middle of feeling all these emotions. Spirit letting me know they're proud of you for the work you're doing, acknowledging they know how hard it's been. Pisces energy is very isolating. So they're saying you're loved regardless. Whether or not you're being validated from an external point of view might be difficult for you to witness, to understand, to absorb, to believe. But I'm confirming this slugging through is worth it. You're not wasting time. You're leveling up and submitting. Leveling up and submitting, it's kind of like stretching, active stretching or yoga, where there's a discipline at play that's not quite strength training. It's not like, running or walking. It is quite literally disciplines of emptying your mind. It's disciplines of choosing your thoughts carefully. It's disciplines of choosing like a bhakti yoga aspect, or turning yourself into a pretzel, even physical yoga where you're stretching, and you have to pulse your muscles in order to get them to relax. There's a lot of finesse right now with the mindset and the spiritual rhythms at play. So they're recognizing this is difficult for humans to get their heads around because the ego is at play here. We are experiencing, and I'm sure you exactly know what this feels like, echoes of our childhood, echoes of some of the worst times in our lives, echoes of when we felt the most helpless, the most picked on, the most abandoned or screwed up or whatever have you. You're being presented with this idea of the worst case scenario right now. And that's a part of the test is, are you going to go into your belief system and believe that you are, worthy of more than what you received that time? Or are you going to accept less than what you're worth? Are you going to settle? Are you going to allow people to be in your life when they don't hold the vision? They don't see you being worth of success or greater purpose. Maybe they don't see what your path is, and you see your path. You don't have to convince them of it. Just know that you're being tested right now on your own vision, on your own emotion, trusting your own belief system, whether or not you're going to agree with the people that want to talk shit on you. That's a huge part of life is, are you going to sit there and let people tell you who you are? Are you going to let people put their shame onto you? Are you going to pull yourself back and clip your own wings because it makes somebody happy, you know? No, you're not. So this Pisces Virgo axis is not, again, just to recap and end it, we are not to be analyzing right now. We are here to listen to each other talk. Listening is how we show love the best right now. Active listening. Somebody makes a statement, repeat what they say so you understand that you're on the same page. I'm hearing this. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay, well, I see that this is how you feel, and I understand that you got to a place for a reason. I understand where you're coming from. If I were in your shoes, I might feel a little different, but I see that this is your mindset, and I understand where you're coming from is all you need to say during these times like this, and you will not rub up against somebody else's experience in a negative way. Do your best to not muddle your energy with drama if people are bringing up drama, because this is very drama prone energy. People are in their feelings, very immature, acting out right now. So you need to decide what level of drama you're going to be plugged into. I wish you the best. Don't forget that resilience is based on flexibility and softness, tenderness. How tender can you be? How tender can you allow yourself to be? How vulnerable can you allow yourself to be? Because that's going to dictate how resilient you are in the next 2 or 3 months, I'm hearing. It's going to be kind of loop-de-loop. Things are going to be a little intense. So you have to decide now what you're committed to emotionally. You have to lead with your heart. Don't be messy. Don't be one of these people that are causing water damage. You want to become like water, but in the most enlightened way possible. Wherever you go, there you are. You can't force somebody into your niche that you need to be fulfilling in your life. You can't put the blame of things that you're neglecting in your life on somebody else. Water loves to do that, loves to be passive in their own life and let other people dictate, where the direction goes. But if you take a little bit more active, action, then you start to really see how much power you have in directing your own flow. Be hyper aware of this right now. You're the only person you can control. You're the only person that you're with 100% of the time. I wish you well. I love you guys. I'm out. Take care. Take care of each other. I love you guys.